Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about, and some of the things that have been happening in my life. And in today's video, I just want to talk about this idea uh, of of the five closest people to you being like basically you being the average of the five closest people to you. Or the people that you spend the most time with. And I was thinking about this because I was listening to a few podcasts today. So one by uh, Lisa. I'm having trouble reading her name, but basically she's she owned the podcast Women of Impact. And basically, she was speaking to Angie Martinez, who I think, I mean, I did not know of her before, but she's a big deal in rap, in US rap, and US, music in general. I mean, I don't know too much of her work, but I know that she worked with Jay-Z and some of the other big US rap stars. I mean, that's definitely not an area that I'm super knowledgeable about because it's not the kind of music that I listen to very often. But I really enjoyed this conversation, and basically, she was talking about uh, these boundaries that she set for herself. That the kind of on the kind of people that she spends time around because she wants to preserve her energy, and basically not everyone appreciates like uh, appreciates her, or basically if I apply this to my life, not anyone will appreciate me for who I truly am and who I am at my best. And basically, she was talking about these two rules that she set for herself, which are not to be around people unless they actually truly want what's best for her, or basically you. And the second one is not being around people who resent your drive. And actually, this one I've felt this a lot, is that sometimes, because I'm a super driven person and I really want to make things happen, like sometimes in life, people are a bit jealous of this drive because they don't have the same drive, or they just don't understand it, and basically consciously or unconsciously try to sabotage you. I'm not saying that people are evil. I think it's just that their ego manifests, and basically they feel threatened by your drive, and basically start resenting you for your drive. And I think this is really, really important. And like the fact that she was able to actually put this feeling into words is amazing. And that's why I took notes of it, because this is something that I've been feeling for a long time in some people. And I did not know how to put it into words. And this is this is perfectly like, this just explains it perfectly. And it's also like she was also talking about the fact that in terms of the people that you want to spend time around, or also maybe in terms of relationships, whether they're romantic relationships or just friendships, uh, it's important to do some work beforehand to assess what are your core values as a human being. And I've thought about this, and my the values that are the most important to me, I think, are basically peace, empathy slash support. So I put these in the same bucket, and basically ambition or drive. And these are the things that are really important for me, because it's really important for me to be at peace with myself, and you know, love myself, and be in a peaceful state, and then have empathy for other people and support other people around me, so that I'm not selfish person. But also in a way it's kind of selfish because I enjoy it. So I mean, it's selfish in a good way, right? Because it's a win-win for everyone. It makes me feel good, and it helps other people. And driven slash ambitious. And this is something that I don't know where it comes from for me, but it's always something that I'm the happiest when I'm able to execute on the things that I want to that I want to make happen in this life. And I just thought that this idea was super interesting. Another thing related to this topic that was also mentioned in the same podcast episode, it was basically about how we define fulfillment for a specific person. Like, how do you know whether you're fulfilled or not? And I thought there was this interesting definition that Lisa gave on the podcast. And this definition is that your fulfillment as a person is defined by how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. So when you're on your own, how do you feel about yourself? And basically, if you feel bad, it means that you're not very fulfilled, and if you feel good, it means that you're fulfilled as a person. I just thought that it was an interesting definition, because it's always helpful, at least for me, to have some definitions. For some of the things that I'm striving for, because sometimes you might be happy or fulfilled in all of these things, but you don't know it because you don't have a definition for a specific word. And so basically, I just feel like it's really helpful to have definitions and try to analyze them. So the name of the podcast is Women of Impact, and the podcast host is Lisa Bilieu, I guess. I will just show you. Can you see? No, please don't zoom on my face. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of the frame. Can you see this? No, you can't see this. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Now it's showing. Okay, terrible autofocus from this camera, but it's fine. But yeah, really good podcast. I really like it when I listen to it. And on this idea of fulfillment and basically the people that you surround yourself with, I was also listening to a podcast episode by on Michelle Obama's podcast, so the Light podcast. And I think I mentioned this before, this idea about being intentional about friendships, or I think maybe the way that I put it before was systemizing friendships. And this just basically reinforced this point in my head that for friendships to flourish, you really have to be intentional and have systems in place to make sure that the friendships are maintained, and that like maybe monthly hangouts or monthly catch-up calls, or like just have a system in place to check in with with the people that you care about, because life gets super busy, and if we're not intentional about this, especially when we're adults, like when you're in college, it's really easy to catch up with people because we're basically on the same campus. everyone is hanging out, you have the same exams, you're gonna meet each other at the library, you live more or less in the same buildings and things like this. But once you get out of university, it's really hard to keep in touch with people, because everyone lives, like, whether it's people from university or people that you work with, who potentially become your friends, or friends from other places, is that the likelihood is that you are not actually seeing these people on a day-to-day basis, especially now with work from home. It makes it really hard. And on top of not being able to see like because you're not able to see these people on a day-to-day basis, it makes it really hard to stay connected, because I mean, that's how I work, is that I'm super close usually with the people that I'm like, basically my friendships are geography based. So in a way, like, whenever I'm in a specific place, I hang out with the people that I know, my friends from that place. So when I'm in Paris, I hang out with my sister and her friends, because they're also in Paris, and live pretty close to where I stay. So basically at my sister's place. So like, her friends live, I think, in the same. I think 10 minutes apart from her, so it's really easy for them to catch up. And even then, I think they don't catch up that much, because everyone is so busy. Like, she's in finance, and her friends are also in finance. So basically, they have pretty insane schedule, every single one of them. So yeah, it makes it really hard to catch up. But yeah, I think the physical proximity makes it easy, but even with the physical proximity, it's not evident, because in adult life, you have to deal with so many things that it's really easy for friendships to fall through the cracks. And that's why it's really interesting to, uh, you know, uh, it's really important to be intentional about this. And I think one thing that Michelle Obama did with her friends is that she would have host these, I think, 3 times a year retreats at Camp David with all of her friends, and they would work out, suffer together, but also have fun together and hang out. And I really like this idea, because I really would like to do something similar with my friends, uh, or maybe with the Women in Engineering group that I'm a part of. So that would be super cool. Actually, maybe the Women in Tech conference that I'm going to in Amsterdam in June will serve as that. It's an annual conference, and I think we're planning on on sponsoring this conference for as part of an event of the Women in Engineering group at the company that I work at. We're planning on doing it yearly. So maybe that conference is our Camp David for this group, or maybe we can come up with something that's quarterly, or by yearly. That would be cool. So yeah, these are the things that I wanted to talk about today: friendships, fulfillment, and like, basically the people that you surround yourself with, being intentional about that, both in terms of the people that you want to spend more time around. You need to be intentional about allocating time to spend with them, and people that you don't want to spend as much time around. Try to have some strict boundaries to abide by. And yeah, there were some good insights to be gained from these two podcast episodes that I listened to today. So really cool. Also, today was an interesting day for me. Had I was hosting a knowledge sharing session for my team in person, so I needed to wake up really early, given that I slept yesterday, I think at 2 a.m., and that I had ran almost 9 kilometers plus had my gym session and my VO2 max session and my Ruin session. So basically, I think yesterday I spent like 2.5 hours at the gym working out, which was pretty insane. And I was actually super exhausted, and I needed to prepare the session for today. So I needed to wake up early to get some croissants to take for the team from France. And also get to the office in time. And basically, because today was Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day that we have usually the most meetings. So that's why it's really good to have them in person. Is because like today was super cool because it we felt really good to connect with the team and like just hang out in the same uh, in the same room and like work together and talk about different projects and things like that. Especially that our TPM, so our technical project manager, was out of office last week. So we had some pretty extensive catching up to do because we were having the country launch last week. And basically, like we're in a crunch time period because this country launch, we did the launch to prod for most of our code, and now we need to do production verification testing, and we have some blockers. And basically, we needed to figure out the situation on how we can get this testing unblocked. And so it's pretty urgent, and so we had some very extensive discussions about this today. But I think it's good to have these discussions because at least it allows all of us to be aligned on what are action items and what are the things that we need to follow up urgently on, and how to prioritize all of the different things that we could possibly be working on, because there's always a lot of work anyway in the backlog. So we need to find a way to prioritize. You can't do everything. So yeah, today was really good. It was also like a good way for me to practice, teaching other people the things that I learned. And basically, I spent a lot of mental power this morning preparing the presentation. And I mean, not the present. Like, I think the most time-consuming part is how to present things to people as if through basically a beginner's eye. And since I've been working on this for a while, it's really easy to take things for granted and take the knowledge that I've gained for granted. And basically, that's the whole point of the knowledge sharing session, is first of all to help the team members, the team, gain this knowledge that I gained the hard way, because this is an area in which we have like which causes a lot of issues for our launches. So it's definitely an area that needs to be it's definitely knowledge that needs to be distributed in the team, because for this specific area, in previous launches, we've always had only one person who was responsible for this, and basically the people left the team or the company, and basically we had to learn a bit from scratch. I had to learn a bit from scratch, which was fun. I mean, it was not so bad because there were some pretty good training materials. So that was fun, but the goal is not to have me as a failure point again for the team. So yeah, I mean, it's not even about that. It's also like just doing these knowledge sharing sessions has also helped me, uh, like basically view my knowledge in a new light and basically deepen it. Because when you when you question what you know, you end up having a much deeper knowledge, especially if you're getting questions left and right from the team about what is this and how is this working and why is this like this and what does that do and how does this lead to this and is this fine and things like this. Uh, it's honestly just super cool. I really enjoyed doing it, and yeah, I hope it was useful for the team, and I think it was a good opportunity for the team to spend some time together and also learn together in a way that that helps them grow, I guess, or that helps us, uh, you know, deliver our projects in the long run in the best way for our customers. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal, serve the customers, and the best way to do that is to have teams that are capable and that are focused on the long-term view rather than short-term results. So that's why these knowledge sharing sessions are so important in my view. So yeah, pretty interesting day. Also was super exhausted, but I still went to the gym. Did the 5K run, less than I did yesterday, but yeah, there was no way I was gonna do more because I mean there was a way I could have continued, but going in, I said that I was not gonna do uh, too much running today. I did also my body balance session, so a lot of things going on. But yeah, I don't want to be overwhelmed by these things, but it's fun, as long as I enjoy them and uh, and I feel that I'm making progress. I'm genuinely happy. Like whenever I'm feeling that I'm accomplishing something, I'm basically my actions are aligned with my intentions. I'm super happy. Like whenever that's the case, it's like just the best moments for me because I don't feel this sense of dread or basically that I'm late and guilt. So yeah, I love it when my intentions are aligned with my actions and my actions are in line with my intentions in a good way. I mean, my intentions are always a bit over the top, so I always try to do a lot. I have uh, I'm in a very ambitious mind, I guess. So yeah, it's when the intentions are aligned with the actions is when I'm the happiest, I guess. So yeah, anyway, thanks a lot for staying up until here. If you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Uh, you can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one that I filmed yesterday, and you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye!